So I think it's fair to assume that most people watching this video have seen or at least heard of the sitcom Friends by David Crane and Marta Kaufman. In this sitcom, we see the interpersonal interaction between a group of friends throughout their intermediate adulthood. From the sitcom, we get to see and experience multiple different relationships between characters, whether it be Ross and Rachel, or even Joey's weird obsession with his chick and duck. But that's not what this video is about. This video is going to be more about the masculine tendencies of Joey Tribbiani and Chandler Bing. Now, I love both characters, but I have to give my vote to Chandler Bing because he is both sarcastic and hilarious, and I love him. Anyway, let's move on. During the 1980s, we see the dramatic increase of people affected by the AIDS epidemic. It was actually during this time masculine societies started creating aspects of what Mark McCormick and Eric Anderson call conservative masculinity theory. Within their research of the 1980s, they present the trend of men adopting homophobic tendencies due to the AIDS epidemic. These specifically include demonization of gay individuals, as well as aggressiveness and increased sexism within the male population. These attributes being accustomed to conservative masculinity. Now, it wasn't until the ends of the 1980s, and even now, that we as a society have evolved a different form of masculinity. You may have seen it in the media or people covering it all over the place. Through some scenes in the sitcom Friends, I hope to show David Crane and Marta Kaufman's attempt to change what it means to be masculine in an evolving culture, and to show men's nature to be emotional at no cost to their masculinity. So now I'm going to stop talking and play the clip that I'll be analyzing.
So, you want me to give you a hand with the foosball table?
Nah, you keep it. You need to practice.
Thanks.
So, I guess this is it.
Yeah, right, yeah, I guess so.
Hey, listen, I don't know when I'm gonna see you again.
Well, I'm guessing tonight at the coffee house.
Right, yeah, okay. Take care.
Yeah.
So the basis of inclusive masculinity is the acceptance of emotional interaction between men, to say it plainly. Within this theory, McCormick and Anderson discusses characteristics of this new age masculinity, this including social inclusion of gay peers, increased physical tactility between males, and the erosion of the one-time rule of homosexuality, which it doesn't exist, but anyway. Within the video, we see the acceptance of what used to be considered feminine, i.e. their hug. In relation to conservative masculinity, the emotional hug that Chandler and Joey shared at the end of the clip would be grounds for social action and the exile of their characters. Under conservative masculinity, that interaction would have been subject to endless ridicule, whereas in inclusive masculinity is willfully accepted. This short, emotional interaction does not change the fact that Chandler and Joey are still portrayed as masculine. Because this interaction occurred, we find that Chandler and Joey have a bond like no other male relationship depicted in the media, pushing the idea that emotion holds no pitfalls to masculinity. This scene dismisses all ideas of conservative masculinity within close relationships of male characters, and in turn perpetuates men's natural tendency to express emotion to anyone in their interpersonal sphere. The ideas of McCormick and Anderson are perpetuated through this popular culture in a way that welcomes a new foundation to masculine stereotypes. Now, these aspects of McCormick and Anderson are seen all over the television series, not only in this instance. One example would be when Ross cuddles with Joey, or when Chandler's stuck in his sweatpants after a breakup, shown here. The purpose of this video was in part to create a criticism of one of my favorite shows, and to bring new ideas of masculinity to the public eye. I think we often get caught up in counteracting homosexuality when these acts occur. However, through McCormick and Anderson's inclusive masculinity, it's clear that these acts are just a normal part of the human condition, or at least the conditions of men. Maybe that's overstepping?